Rodgers kicks it off, and here we go from Los Angeles. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. Space to maneuver at the 40. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The evolution of Clay Matthews as a player, it's just one that they're going to end up writing books about. He didn't even start until his senior year at USC. He didn't start in high school. And now he's at all-pro level in the NFL. How about the play he just made there?
Yeah, he has certainly made a name for himself. William Clay Matthews III. Jackson throwing on target to Brown. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And look at this. They're keeping the punter on the sideline. They're going to go for it here on the opening drive. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a 1st down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. The Ram fans in this old stadium on their feet. 3rd and goal. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And fights through one man. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 18.
I'm going to run you over.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He gets it to Gurley, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
Check, check. Lucky.
Out of the gun. Gone. Airing it out deep for Woods. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're running with Gurley, and he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it, and that will force a turnover on downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They toss to Ingram. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. On the stop was Aaron Donald.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
This one complete to Ingram. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another 1st down.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage. And that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the back.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. It's the fullback with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half as the Ravens push further out in front. Well, fullback touchdowns have become rare. We just saw 2 of them by the same guy here.
And if you had him on your fantasy team, I'm hanging out with you now for stock tips.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Throwing on second down. Goff. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Pernell McPhee, always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Gone. This is caught. It's Cooks. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18.
Every play is supposed to get a player's best effort. But on fourth down, that really increases the stakes, doesn't it? What about that catch?
Heck of an effort picking up the first.
And now that team has to be motivated going forward. They just saw a great effort there. They want to make sure it pays off.
Check, Trooper.
Now a first down throw. Gone. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A big play there for L.A. 46 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check 50.
From the gun, here's Goff. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Now that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Super 1.
Looking to throw again on second down. Goff. And he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. To throw again on second down. Goff. And Woods has it complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Ready? Check, check, check. Whoa. Check, 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 check.
Goff on first down. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Value 1.
Again, Goff. And he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 7 yards there and a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Goff throwing again. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Goff's throw here finds Woods, and he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Goff to Woods as the Rams move the chains. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are back within a single score. And that score there makes this a much more manageable deficit.
Agreed, because before that touchdown, this looked like this was about over. Instead, they've got hope. They're back in the game. They feel better about themselves, and now they have a chance to make some more plays.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're still in the lead, gave up the touchdown a moment ago. Now they'll be looking to equal that for their first drive of the second half.
They're trying to come back with an answer. Their defense just gave up some points. They don't want the momentum to swing in the direction of the other team. So their job now is to take care of business and put the ball in the end zone themselves or get a score. Anything to try and settle things down and slow down their momentum.
Yeah, they'll try to seize that momentum right back. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Jackson, he's got it to Ingram, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
On first down, Ingram, and he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed out.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by David Long. And his guys are going to have the football back as the third quarter comes to an end. Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Hey, Charlie.
A shotgun snap for gone. Open man, Higbee, the tight end. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Super 66. Watch QB drop. Jack.
On 4th down, Goff. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. He cannot wiggle free. They stop him at the line on 4th down. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
To try again after the sack. Jackson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
36.
Jackson from the shotgun. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. This is Ingram. The former Charger All-Pro Eric Weddle on the stop. Charles, defensively, one timeout left. Do you use it here, or do you let it roll to the 2-minute warning?
I would use it here because you're going to get the 2-minute warning stoppage as well. And then that means you have to snap the ball again. Something could happen. Something could go awry. You could get the ball back. I wouldn't let it run.
From just shy of midfield, Jackson has got his man. It's Andrews. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 36.
First down, Baltimore.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Ingram again. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield. A loss of 2 there, second down. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Muscles him off. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Here's Jackson. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Dancing to his left. He's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. So a little icing on the cake there before the clock hits all zeros.
What a way to finish things off. Exactly what you want. Not much time and a touchdown to put things away.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. They were a little too excited to get the football, touched it before it went 10 yards.
And that's so difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes you can just take a bad hop and veer into your lane or into your body. In this case, though, they touched it before 10. Illegal touching is the call.
Here's Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that It's the NFL on EA Sports as we are in the inner harbor of Baltimore at M&T Bank Stadium. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Seattle Seahawks. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. This will be fielded at the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Let's go, heavy. Let's go, heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got?
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
No. Got it.
To throw again on second down. Wilson. Short throw to Disley. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Check, stick. Good job right there. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Get there.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And down inside the 15 he goes. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 13-yard line.
First down, Seahawks.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. They set up the screen to Penny and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Mike, 58, right there. Hey, watch the slant.
Well, They'll try to run with Carson. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. Second and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This one fielded at the 5. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
It's our time.
Now Jackson, buying time to his left. He'll run it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
2nd and 5 at the 40-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Mike, 54. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson, he's going deep for Brown. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 60 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Tucker with the extra point. 7-7, our score after 1.
With the score tied 7-7. Justin Tucker, the kickoff for Baltimore.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
And the Seahawks 1st down.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Jim. Alert. Check 49. Alert flare.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Marcus Peters on the coverage.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
1st and 10 at the 13.
So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it, and he'll take this back down inside the 20. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
He'll find Metcalf. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 14-7. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do?
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now it's Jackson, and he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. To throw is Jackson. Got a man. It's Brown. And he is out of bounds up around the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Rush in.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. He's going deep for Brown. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. And he finds Penny. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Let's go one more. Good job right there. Check. Watch the safety creep. Check. Check hot route. 24. Check. Crunch. Hey, 0.
Now Wilson on first down. Escaping the pressure right. He lets it fly from Lockett. And that's caught inside the 30. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he's going to keep it here. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal, being chased out left. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Myers able to knock it through, and that will do it for this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
After the sack on first down, Jackson, and the pressure gets to him again.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Jackson. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, and that play was pretty well doomed right from the start. The pressure was really affecting him. Collapsed everything in the pocket. He had to move around, try to get it downfield. Incomplete.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson dancing to his left. A surprising...